new section. In the previous section, we have focused on understanding how to face an interview which are related to administrative, managerial or leadership roles. Now in this section, we shall talk about how to face an interview which are for technology, IT or AI related roles. But before we get into, how to face the interview or the interview process, how the interview process differs in both these cases, we first need to understand the difference between the job roles. Unless we understand the difference in the job roles, we may not be able to understand the difference in the interview process, right? So on the left hand side, let us say they are administrative jobs. On the right hand side, they are technology jobs, all right? So what happens in the administrative or leadership jobs? The requirement is to deal with people, and people have emotions. On the right hand side, in technology, you require to build and control and instruct the machines, and machines have got no emotions at all, right? Then for leadership, you have to lead teams, you have to resolve conflicts, you have to negotiate with people, you have to collaborate and bring people together. But in technology roles, you have to interact with lifeless systems, codes, algorithms, data. These things have got no feelings. And then, if you are a leader, if you are a manager, then you may spend the entire day with your team, with people, motivating them how to achieve the targets. But if you are in a technology role, you will be confined to your room or your workplace. You may not be interacting with people. But as an engineer, an AI engineer or an IT engineer, you may spend the whole day alone training models on data sets and optimized predictions. You may spend the whole day alone. Here, in managerial roles or leadership roles, success depends on empathy and persuasion. You have to be empathic towards people. You have to persuade people. Here, you are not empathic with your machines, or you don't persuade your machines. You give instructions to the machines. Machines have got no emotions. It involves just debugging emotionless machines. And here the success depends on logic and precision, not on empathy or emotions. If you start crying in front of the machine does not start working. Alright? The machine will take instructions which are based on logic and precision. So therefore, the leadership jobs, the priority is on soft skills like communication, decision making, tolerance to ambiguity, your body language. All these things are more important. In technology roles, of course, these things are important, but secondary. Here you require hard skills such as programming, understanding the frameworks, problem solving with data structures. Alright. In leadership roles, the outcome is subjective. Customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction. How do you measure these things? They are not quantifiable. But in technology roles, the outcome has to be precise and measurable. Alright, see how difficult life is for people who are in technology roles. Here, how you have to work with people and teams. We discussed earlier that you are working with people and teams, but in technology also, you may have your small agile teams. For solving a problem or for working on a project, you may have your team. But your actual work is solitary in nature, and it is machine facing, like coding or circuit designing or fixing a bug, where emotions are not involved. So basically the focus or the difference is in the emotions on one hand and no emotions on the other hand. Life for people who are in technology and IT is more challenging, in fact. Another dichotomy. You see, if you are a manager, if you are a leader, your company wants you to be stable and they want you to follow certain ethics. In technology roles also, You see, the company wants you to be loyal, the company wants you to be truthful, the company wants you to be sincere, but at the same time, the company wants you to have a hacker mindset. See the dichotomy? And they also want you to be innovative, do something new every day, keep pace with the changing technology. See how difficult life is for people in technology? So if the job requirement is so different, then how can the interview be the same? Or how can the questions asked in the interview be the same? They are not. Let us see some, the differences in the interview process. Not the process, maybe in the questions. All right. On left hand side, you have got the interview panel for the administrative, managerial jobs. On the right hand side, it is for technology jobs. So we discussed earlier that when you enter the room, the first question they may ask you is, tell us something about yourself. The importance is to you. But in technology roles, they'll tell you, tell us something about the software or a code that you ever designed. So more important than you is your work here. Got the difference? In the managerial role, they may ask you, explain how you will resolve a customer complaint. A theoretical question we have discussed earlier. You will give them some story that how you resolve the customer complaints. But in technology roles, no theory. They may tell you to practically design a rate limiter for 10 million RPS. So practically you will have to do that and show it to them, isn't it? Then for a managerial role, they will ask you like how you motivate your team to achieve the targets. Again, you can tell them some story, how you motivate your team with some incentives and things like that. But here in technology roles, no incentive or anything to the machine will work. Here they may ask you, tell us about a time when your code broke production at 3 a.m. in the night and how you resolved it. A practical question. Here you can't say I motivated the machine by offering an incentive or offering some extra pay at 3 o'clock in the night so the machine started working. It doesn't happen like that. Alright? And then in a managerial role, they may ask you what are your weaknesses? How do you overcome them? You see, the first question was also about you. The last question is also about you. In the technology roles, not like that. The first question was about your work. The last question is also about your work. Tell us about the worst bug that you ever shipped and how you fixed it. So you will have to explain to them or practically show them how the bug got in and then how you fixed it. Got the difference? And the most important thing, which you can never forget, if you are in a managerial or a leadership role, your personality, your charisma matter a lot along with your work. Of course, your work matters, but along with your work, your personality, your charisma, how you keep your office, that impression, that status, all that matters a lot. But in technology roles, your expertise and your results matter more. Nobody will ask you how you look or what you are wearing or why you have not combed your hair or why you have not polished your shoes or why have you kept your office in such a shabby manner. Nobody will ask you. They will just see whether you can produce the results or not. So see the difference and the dichotomy in both the roles. Now in the next lesson and subsequent lessons, we shall try and understand how this interview process goes on for the technology roles and how you have to prepare to face it. Alright?